to day number 20 of the 30-day upgrade challenge. I cannot believe we are already at day 20. That means that we are more than halfway complete with the challenge. How are you feeling? Are you keeping up with the challenges? What have you been up to? Have you been feeling yourself change and transform? Are you upgrading? What are you feeling? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling resistance, something is happening. And if you're joining us for the very first time and you have no idea what we're talking about, please go back to day one and take this 30-day upgrade challenge. It's 30 days to upgrade to your dream life, stepping into your dream identity. And today's new habit is really going to help us to shed some layers. So I got the idea for today's video. You need to do a bad habit detox. All right, so when I talk about shedding these layers, the way that you currently act, you act that way because of who you think you are. And yes, guys, we are back live today. I had to do pre-recorded for the last 2 days, but we're back. We're back and we're better. Hi, guys, welcome. Okay, so shedding the layers of your old self. You act the way you act because of who you think you are. And so if you're currently not happy with your performance or who you think you are or the life that you're currently living or the habits that you currently have, you do what you do because of who you think you are. And so when you identity shift in your head, which is literally simply just knowing who you want to be instead, or knowing who you aspire to be instead, knowing the version of yourself you aspire to be instead, turning on that awareness in your mind, and then you allow yourself to have the shift. What does the shift look like? The shift looks like you doing things that your dream self does, adopting the habits that the dream self has, adopting the routines that the dream self has. However, your bad habits are holding you back. Now, for the sake of the 30-day challenge, we do not have time to go through each and every single bad habit that you have because we've probably picked up a lot of bad habits. Whether it is sleeping late or hanging out with the wrong people, whatever other shenanigans, like you guys know your bad habits. Is it binge eating? Is it eating at the wrong time? Is it listening to the wrong music? Is it, whatever it is that you do? Bad habits, bad habits, bad habits. The bad habit is associated with the old version of yourself. To shed the layers of the old self and to step into the dream identity, we have to identify the bad habits. But again, for the sake of the 30-day upgrade challenge, there's no way we're going to be able to tackle every single bad habit that you have collected over however many years that you have been alive. So what we're going to do instead is, for today's challenge, I want you guys to take a sheet of paper, and I actually am going to do this exercise myself, probably after I get off the live. Take a sheet of paper and write down my bad habits at the top of the paper. I want you to be as honest and as transparent as possible and list down every single bad habit that you have. Now, just because you write it down does not mean that you are prepared to tackle it right now, but we're doing this exercise for the sake of awareness. If we can zero in and circle in everywhere where we are falling short of being our dream identity, if we can one by one fix this habit and fix this habit and fix this habit, shed this layer, shed this layer, shed this layer, eliminate this bad habit, eliminate this bad habit, eliminate this bad habit. That is how you become the dream version, okay? The easy part is waking up when your dream self wakes up. The easy part is doing your nighttime routine. The easy part is doing a little self-care, getting your hair and makeup done, which, by the way, we're going shopping after this because it's Happy Friday, right? But it's easy to look the part. It's easy to look like we have it all together. What's not easy is telling your old version you have to die. What's not easy is telling your old self it's time for you to go. What's not easy is telling your old version you've been playing too small and it's these habits that you do that is keeping us exactly here. It's time to upgrade these habits. So on today, day number 20 of the 30-day upgrade challenge, I want you to make a list of all of your bad habits. And after reading that list, I want you to use your intuition. What is calling to you? I want you to pick one bad habit from that list that you are going to cut out for the remainder of the 30-day upgrade challenge. And hopefully through cutting it out for the remainder of the 30-day upgrade challenge, you will just no longer resonate with it and let it fall away. But for the sake of the challenge, just pick one bad habit. So we are doing a bad habit detox today. And I'm going to read to you guys from our 30-day upgrade book, available on Amazon if you wanted to follow along. So I'm going to read to you guys day number 20, and then we are going to come up with our bad habits. Now, something that you guys will notice, and I'm showing you this so that whenever you do this exercise today, you can do it as well. In the book, if you have the ebook or the physical copy, on one side it says old habit. List your old habits on this side. Now, what we're going to do is we're not just dropping bad habits, because when we drop bad habits, we can pick up more bad habits if we don't replace them. So we're going to write down the bad habits. We're making ourselves consciously aware of what bad habits that we have that we're still holding on to that are stopping us and preventing us from shifting into the dream version. So once you become aware of what the habit is, the evolved thing to do, the upgraded thing to do, the thing your dream self would do is say, okay, how can I replace that habit? So if my old habit is staying up late, I become aware of the fact that I'm staying up late, and then I write the new habit. If staying up late is no longer in alignment with my dream self, what does the dream self do it instead? If the bad habit is gossiping and talking trash about other people or putting other people down, write down the bad habit. What does the upgraded version of myself do instead? If the bad habit is waking up at 3 a.m. and binge eating food, what does the dream version do instead? I saw one of you guys commented, so let me see. James, welcome, James. James said, I have a bad habit. Oh, okay. I'm James today. James, today, write down your bad habit on one side and write down what does your dream self do instead of that bad habit, James. Okay? And yes, if your bad habit is gossiping, go ahead and write that down. On the other side, say what you're going to do instead. All right? So that's what we're doing today. We're doing a bad habit detox. For the sake of the challenge, just choose one. But guess what? In order to become your dream version, whatever you wrote down on that list of bad habits, you're going to have to drop them eventually. These things are slowing you down. They're slowing down your evolution. They're slowing down your growth from you stepping into your dream version. So guess what? You got to cut it out. All right, let's go ahead and read day number 20, break a bad habit challenge. We all have that one habit that's secretly slowing us down, whether it's procrastinating, negative self-talk, excessive scrolling, or binge eating. Today, you'll choose one to release. To upgrade your life, you must let go of what is sabotaging your success. And that's a mindset shift we have to make in our head. Bad habits aren't just bad habits. These things are sabotaging our success. So when we start to see these bad habits as the enemy of our dream life, we are more inclined to drop them. Chantel is in the house. Hey, Cookie. She says, one of my bad habits is definitely staying up. Figuring out a way to decompress around the same time and do a nightly routine is the smartest answer. I love that. And you see how consciously aware and awakened you have to be. One, to have awareness of what your bad habit is, right? Chantel's like, yeah, I know that I stay up way too late at night. Yes, I'm aware that I have the habit of whatever it is that Chantel is doing at night that keeps her up, living her best life, traveling, scrolling, drawing, all the fun things Chantel does, but she is consciously aware and she's like, you know what? This might not be the highest decision. Ding, 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 ding. Awareness, awaken woman status. So what does she do instead? She says, you know what? Maybe I can switch this habit to just having a really awesome nighttime routine that helps me to decompress so I don't have to do all the other shenanigans I do before I go to bed. I love it. Thank you, Chantel. Also, love seeing you in the chat, Chantel. How are you today, beautiful? All right, here's the tip for today's challenge. Instead of just cutting out the habit cold turkey, which is proven to not always work, if you just try and cut out your bad habit cold turkey, you might just fall back into the bad habit and do it even harder next time. So instead of cutting it out cold turkey, right? Like instead of going from I eat fast food every single day in the week to I'm never going to eat fast food again, well, that's not true. And the next time you go get fast food, you might order everything off the menu. Why? Because yourself is going to be triggered. It's going to be in shock, right? You've been holding on to and clenching on to this bad habit for so long. It's probably helping with your anxiety and giving you some sense of comfort or some false sense of comfort, right? So when you pull that bad habit away, you're going to be triggered. You're not going to know what to do. You're going to feel your body needing some emotional regulation. You're going to be like, this is new. What am I feeling? Right? If your bad habit is picking fights with your significant other, the next time you get triggered, you want to go back to that bad habit, your higher self is going to be like, hold on, I would never do that. And then you're not going to know what to do with these emotions. Oh my God, I want to lash out. I want to call somebody. I'm so triggered. So we don't just want to cut out the habit cold turkey. We want to switch it with something better. So when our body becomes anxious because it's not regulated in the new habit yet, we have something to redirect the energy to. We have something to redirect the focus to. Okay? Chantel says, I'm good. I got up at my designated time despite going to bed really late, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I need to go out and get some food in the house since I was away. How are you? I'm doing well, Chantel. I'm happy you made it home safely. Chantel is so bougie. She just came back from vacation. You go, Chantel. James says, okay, I'm back, but away. I help with that. Okay, so James says that his bad habit is smelling bad. I will use deodorant and wipes to cancel out the bad smell. Perfect. And I wouldn't say that smelling bad is a bad habit, but definitely not keeping your hygiene in check is a bad habit. So love that awareness, James. Excellent work. He's doing the work too. We got some awakened men in the chat. So, okay, that's perfect. So, let's see. So tip, oh no, we did that. So the tip is instead of cutting out the bad habit cold turkey, replace it with something better. If you scroll too much, replace that with some reading. If you procrastinate, create a simple task list. Okay, to upgrade your life, you must let go of what is sabotaging your success. He said the bad habit is smelling bad. I mean, like, but I think the habit would be not having good hygiene. That would be the habit, James. You can't help that your body does what it does. I think you might be trolling now, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna leave that there. I'll leave that there. Okay. Inspiration. Your habits are votes for who you're choosing to be. Ding, 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 ding. Can I reread that? Your habits are votes for who you are choosing to be. So a bad habit is not just a bad habit, it's who you're choosing to be. Again, turning on that awareness that one, you don't have to be this way. No, you don't have to do that thing. Two, it is a choice. And when you turn on that awareness that everything that you do is a choice, then it puts the power back in your hands. It puts the ball back in your court. Okay? So, remembering that everything you do is a choice, you can choose higher. You can choose a higher timeline for yourself by choosing better habits, by redirecting the energy of the old habit and choosing something better. Okay? So, each time you say no to an old pattern, you are saying yes to your upgraded life. And that's something really exciting to remember. Every time you say no to the old habit and yes to the new habit, you are switching. Yes, Chantel says, so true. Your choices are your vote. Exactly. And if you want to vote for your dream life, you have to vote for it with your choices. Our choices are our votes in this lifetime. And this kind of brings me to just a very quick little story time, right? I was on a road trip with one of my girlfriends and we were having a really juicy discussion. My girlfriend and I, whenever we are on road trips, we have the best conversations, the best discussions. And we stumbled across this conversation. And our conversation was unpopular opinions. We were both sharing our favorite unpopular opinions. I was sharing an unpopular opinion, then she would share one. And we were just going back to back to back to back, sharing unpopular opinions, right? And then one of us had brought up the fact that, remember when, I think it was her, I can't remember, but one of us brought up, do you remember when Kanye West said slavery was a choice? Unpopular opinion, he was right. And then we were like debating both sides of the argument, right? Like, was it a choice? Was it not a choice? Was it a choice? Was it not a choice? Blah, blah, blah. And uh, so then we got into a really heated discussion. Her stance was that, if you were back in the slavery time, would you have escaped or not? Would you have tried to leave or not? And her argument was they felt like they had no choice. So, of course, they would have stayed right there and slavery would have continued for as long as it did because they felt like they had no choice. And then my side of the argument was everybody always has a choice, whether you want to make the decision or not, right? If somebody's trying to rob you and they have a gun to your face and they're like, give me your stuff, you still have a choice. Okay, you can choose to give them give them your stuff in hopes that they won't shoot you or pew pew you. Let's not get this video flagged. Or you cannot give them your stuff and see what they do, right? But you still have a choice. You always have a choice. And so I was making the argument, like, even then, when you're afraid that you could be killed or you could die, you still have a choice. And so I was arguing, like, even back in slavery times, even if they knew that they would be beaten or hung or their family would be executed or whatever malicious and horrible things would happen to them, they still had a choice. Now, I'm not saying I know what choice I would have made if I was in that position. Absolutely not. However, as humans, one thing each and every person has is a choice. And your choice is your free will. And everyone, absolutely everyone, is given that free will in this life. Now, of course, things happen like manipulation, coercion, people becoming trauma bonded with their abusers or manipulated. Therefore, they don't believe they have a choice. But guess what? You always have a choice, and your choice is your vote. Now, not to say that we know what somebody would be doing in a manipulated situation or anything like that. And sorry to go extreme here, guys, but you still have a choice. And when you exercise your right, your God-given right of choice, you are exercising your free will. So now let's plug this back into breaking bad habits. If you believe that you have no choice in the matter when it comes to you choosing that bad habit time after time after time after time, you are giving away your power. When we talk about things like manifestation, because Chantel told me the other day she misses the manifestation content, or the channel started with manifestation, so like we need to get back to our bread and butter. So let's talk about manifestation for a second. When we talk about manifestation and choices, manifesting what you like or what you want in life, what you desire in life, looks like you exercising your choice, exercising your free will, and that is really all we have control over. You have control over your choice, your actions, and you have control over how you're going to feel about a situation. And so if those are the only two things that you have control over, you are creating your dream life using your free will and power of choice and using your emotion and how you feel. And when you know how to choose higher choices, exercising your free will, and you know how to exercise how to be emotionally regulated, meaning you do not let things that happen in your life emotionally take you off or throw you off or ruin your day and ruin your mood. When you have those two things in check, that is when you activate being an intentional creator. That is when you really are the wielder of your reality. Okay? And so the power of your free will, the power of your choice is your vote. That's manifestation. It's not wishing and hoping that the universe will drop something in your life and in your lap and you get it. It's saying, I'm going to use my power of intentional creation, which is my choice, my preference, my aligned action, and I'm going to use me having emotional regulation, knowing how to wield my energy, wield my frequency, and be in control of how I feel. I can't always control what happens to me, but I can control how I feel about it, and I can control how I'm going to react to it. I'm stepping back in my creator power, and that is how I'm going to create my dream life. So when we talk about having these bad habits, you are choosing to stay exactly where you are, or you are choosing to upgrade and to elevate. The choice is always yours, even when you have a gun to your head. Even when you think that, your hands are tied behind your back, even when you think you have no choice, even when someone says your friends or your family will be harmed if you don't do what I tell you to do, you always have a choice. That is your power as a creator in the earth realm. All right, so let's tie this up with a pretty bow. The lesson is to think about the habits that you have that could be holding you back. This is all about identifying and having awareness about what's holding you back. Choose one to break during this challenge and decide to replace it with a new habit when the urge to do so arises. If you need some help, go to ChatGPT. Say, Chat, I need to release some bad habits. Can you ask me a few questions to make me aware of my bad habits? And then can you give me some ideas on how I can replace this bad habit with a higher habit or a better habit? Simple. Okay, so here's the activity. Identify one bad habit that is holding you back, then write it out. Write it out, write it out, write it out. You can know what your bad habit is, but again, awareness. Exercise that power, exercise that muscle. Writing it down says, I see you, thing that is standing between me and my dream self. I see you, obstacle that is in the way of the life that I'm creating. I see you, habit of staying up too late. I see you, habit of binge eating. I see you, habit of gossiping and talking about people. I see you. You're not hiding, okay? I see you. And I am going to eliminate you because you are sabotaging me. You are standing in the way of me creating my dream life, and I cannot have that. All right? So write it out and then write down what you will do instead when the urge comes up. Commit to being conscious of your choices today and for the remainder of the 30-day challenge, okay? So remember, write down the bad habit you're releasing and then write down your new replacement habit. Slowly and surely, you will release the bad habits of your old self and choose higher habits that are aligned with your dream self. So it's time to kickstart these bad habits or kick out those bad habits so you can upgrade your life. That's day number 20, guys. Let's read some comments and I'm gonna let you go because it's Friday. I'm gonna go shopping and have a good day. And later on, I'm gonna be rereading some of these challenges because I'm not gonna lie, guys, I've fallen behind a little bit. I've fallen behind doing daily gratitude. I haven't been doing my daily gratitude. I told on myself a little bit in this week's live Zoom call in Dream Life Academy. By the way, guys, join Dream Life Academy if you want some friends to upgrade with. But I was telling the girls in the live stream that the gratitude, haven't been doing so much. That one goal-related task a day, I'm consciously aware of it and I'm trying to do it every single day. Creating your to-do list the night before, I have been doing that. Waking up early, I have been doing that. Doing my morning routine, I have been doing that. So things are going really well. What I need to catch up on this weekend is 1, choosing what book I'm going to read. 2, deciding who I want my mentor to be for the rest of the challenge because I still haven't decided yet. I'm trying to decide in what way I want to upgrade. And then lastly, what new skill I want to cultivate. So I hope you guys are thinking about that too, because if you're doing the challenge with us, you should know who your mentor is going to be, what skill you're going to do or learn over the rest of the 30 days. And what was the last one? What book you're going to read, your new skill, and choosing what mentor. Who are you going to learn from? Who's going to help you to finish this upgrade and transformation? So that's where I'm at right now with that. Chantel says, have fun, Nija. Thank you, Chantel. I will have fun. I'm going to have fun. A bad habit some may have is arguing. Yes, arguing is a really bad habit, James. That is. Gets nowhere. Yeah. Chantel says, I'm still trying to figure out a mentor too. Chantel, I saw your post in Dream Life Academy, and I was gonna say, didn't you just say that you hired a writing coach or a book coach? Maybe that's your mentor. Aren't you working with somebody right now to help you write your book or help you to edit your book? Maybe that's your mentor. Do they have any content online that you can consume? I don't know. That was just a thought I had, but maybe it's not. But that was just a thought I was having for you. But alright guys, my name is Nija Sym. I help awake women create their dream life through manifestation and mindset. I want you guys to join Dream Life Academy. It is a private group coaching membership full of awakened women on a mission to create their dream life. We do Zoom calls, we do live streams, there are courses and lectures all created to help educate you on how to create your dream life. I've been having some ideas of new series we're going to do in Dream Life Academy, so there's lots of new stuff coming. I want you to be a part of it. Chantel says, well, that's true. His name is Writing Theory, and he posted a bunch of videos. I was thinking that would be it, Chantel. Wouldn't that be it? Wouldn't that be it? Shika says, Friday, Venus Day is a great day to shop. Enjoy. Thank you, Shika. I'm so excited. I'm still trying to build out my dream wardrobe because my dream self likes to dress a particular way. By the way, this shirt that I bought, I think last week, was inspired by my dream self. She likes the ribbons and the frillies and the cable knit. So today's outfit is inspired by my dream self. I hope you guys have been dressing like your dream self, picking out some outfits every single night that align with your dream self. Keep you in alignment. But all right, guys, I love you. I'm gonna go. Enjoy your Friday. I will be back on Monday for day number 21 of the 30-day upgrade challenge. And also giving you guys a heads up, I will be hosting a free complimentary 5-day event. I'm not dropping the link yet for you to sign up, but I want to just keep telling you that it's coming. It's going to be July 7th through the 11th. Everybody is invited. It's an opportunity for you to work closely with me in a Zoom with other awakened ladies, and we are going to be talking about the Dream Life Jumpstart. That is going to be the name of that 5-day complimentary event. I'll be dropping the link for it soon, so be on the lookout for it. And those are all my announcements. Join Dream Life Academy. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have an amazing Friday. I'll see you next time.